This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe. You know what? Yeah, that one. On this day. Anyway, on this day, July the 7th, 1973, Wimbledon finished. The men's final was finished. Jan Kotic of the Czech Republic took on the Russian Alex Mitrovelli and beat him 6-1, 9-8, 6-3. And took the title. But there were a lot of problems in the situation. So it was actually Young Coder's only Wimbledon title. And it actually had a tiebreak. When it was 8-8 in the second set, they had to have a tiebreak, and Kodesh won. But the problem was that there was something afoot. So the seeding system had it that the American Stan Smith would be number one, not from American Dad. Ilya Nastase of Romania was number two. John Newcombe of Australia, number three. Arthur Ashe, US, number four. Australia's Ken Rolliswell, number five. Holland's Tom Ucker, number six. Marty Reason, number seven from the US. Roy Emerson, Australia, number eight. Tom Gorman of the US, number nine. Cliff Ritchie, number 10 of the US. Number 11, Adriano Panatta of Italy. Number 12, Spain's Manuel Orantes. Number 13, Alex Mitrovelli. Number 14, Bob Lutz of the US. Number 15, Jan Kodesh of the Czech Republic. And number 16, Roger Taylor of England. So it was a great time to be, those 16 tennis players. However, when the tournament started in 1973, there were only 8 seeds. Ilya Nastase was the 1 seed, Jan Kotic number 2, Roger Taylor number 3, Alex Mitrovelli number 4, Jimmy Connors number 5, Bjorn Borg number 6, Olin Davidson number 7, and Jürgen Fossbaum the number 8. How could this be? Well, there was one tiny little problem. In between majors, in between the French Open and Wimbledon, there were some problems. So there were a lot of problems and all that. So in May 19 here's the story. In May 1973, Niki Pilic, Yugoslavia's number 1 tennis player, was suspended by his own association for not playing in the Davis Cup match against New Zealand earlier this month. So the Davis Cup is the world competition that every country sends a team to compete against each other in best of 3 singles matches, 2 singles matches, a doubles match for 3, and then it would be reverse singles, meaning if you face one of your opponent's singles players, then you face the other guy. So because Pilic didn't take part, the Yugoslav Tennis Association decided to ban him for 9 months. However, the International Lawn Tennis Federation supported it, but cut it down to a month, meaning that Pilic was not play at Wimbledon. The ATP, the recently formed Men's Players Union, stated that no one should compete if Pilic was not allowed to compete, saying that, the Davis Cup is no big deal. However, the Davis Cup was a big deal to the Lawn Tennis Federation, more so than it is nowadays, despite the fact Canada won it 2 years ago. So anyway, as a result, 81 of the top players, including Stan Smith, the new number 1 seed, would boycott Wimbledon to protest Pilic's suspension. And of the 16 men's seed, only 4 were still around. There were a lot of qualifiers and lucky losers. The ATP, with their disciplinary committee, actually were fined with 3 ATP people, Ilya Nastase, Roger Taylor, and Ray Keldy, would defy the boycott and all that. But the big thing was about Nastase because he said that as a serving captain of the Romanian army, he was under orders to compete or else be stripped of his stuff and all that. So anyway, Nastase would still be around. So the section, Nastase, who was the new number one seed, as he defied orders because he said the Romanian army would have had his face, would actually win his section, taking down the American Sandy Meyer. In section 2, the 8 seed Jürgen Fassbinder beat his fellow German Hans-Jürgen Pohlmann. The 4 seed Alex Matrivelli would take out the US's John Faver of the UK in his sectional final. In section 4, Jimmy Connors would move on, beating the South African and lucky loser Bernard Minton. In the bottom half, the 6 seed Bjorn Borg would win his match in 5 sets against Barani of Hungary. The 3 seed Roger Taylor would beat Robert McKinley of the US in his sectional. Section 7 saw an upset as Vijay Amritraj of India took care of the 7 seed Owen Davidson in 4 sets. And in section 8, Jan Kodesh would win his thing against the lucky losers from South Africa, Mercury Hea. So of the 8 seeds, well, I screwed up. Nastase was upset by Sandy Meyer in a massive upset. So Sandy Meyer would face Fassbinder in the quarterfinals and go down 2 sets to none, but Meyer won the next 3 sets to go to the semis. Machiavelli took care of Connors in 4 sets. Roger Taylor shocked a lot of people, including Bjorn Borg, by winning in 5 sets against him in the quarters. And Jan Kodesh was down 2 sets and went to Vijay of India, but won. In the semifinals, Machiavelli beat Meyer in 4 sets, and Jan Kodesh beat Roger Taylor, being down 2 sets to 1, but he still won the last 2 sets to deny Taylor a chance to make Britain proud. In the final, Kodesh with the sweep. So that was a great moment and all that. A lot of people were like, well, if it was real, it might have been Sashi Newcomb or even Arthur Ashe who was the champion, but no, that did all that. So yeah, it was a mess at the 1973 Wimbledon. And it's nice that Kodesh would win it and all that, but obviously he would not have won if the main players were still around. But it brought together the thing that the ATP would stick together like bread and butter. And, that's what happened at the 1973 Wimbledon Championship for the men. Anyway, I'm Jeff. I'm going to do